Hey, though. It's the mafia. This shit for all the gangsters, nigga. Real story. Hey, jugging out the double doors, cuz in the 6'4". Choppers hitting switches on these niggas back in 94. Basketball practice, and after that, I'm back to selling dope. When the cops hit the ab, I done made a rack off of my pager though. When the WAP hit my box, I'ma hit them back, I'm on the payphone. My shoebox getting full, I need to go buy me a safe for real. It's treacherous outside, not supposed to have it, but I paid for it. A brand new out the box, Tootie on me while I'm trapping. And I hope. What's good?
Yo, hey man. It's time for that Coach for the Street podcast. Y'all know what we do, y'all know how we coming. But before we get into anything, y'all know the assignment, man. Y'all gotta strike them lights up so y'all get us piped up. Cause
Just
we
like
at
that.
work. Get in. So let's talk about it, man. Old YFN Lucci gets one of the craziest plea bargains that a person don't want to hear.
Why you
A
think it's
20
crazy though?
do reason why I say I think it's crazy is because if you done been in them shoes before, the last thing you want to hear is the DA talk about, well, we got a 20 do 17. You know what I mean? He got 5 gang charges, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, uh, voluntary manslaughter. He put it like this, his charges a little more severe than what Young Thug got
Mm-hmm.
because you was out on bond. They
But
gave you a little rope.
what you think gonna happen though? When the
Hmm.
breadwinner in the car with niggas when they slide, and then a nigga on your side in through all the smoke end up getting hit. You in the car when he dies. Somewhere along the line, you was cool with them throwing him up out the truck.
Yeah.
It's some
Like
pills.
matter of fact,
It's some things you're gonna have to
this,
swallow with this situation
matter of
because
fact,
he should have never been in the car in the first place. He should have never been nowhere around that in the first place. Like, how much do you want to be involved that much that now you got to go lay down for 20? When it probably would have
yeah,
just been the
like
niggas that was in the car laying it down had you not even been in the car.
let me correct that because it said voluntary manslaughter count, 5 gang counts, 6 aggravated assault counts, 1 count possession of a firearm during the felony. Them some serious charges.
That he wouldn't have if he wasn't in the car is the whole point.
He
I'm
like
rich as shit. Regardless if I got shooters or not. If I know y'all about to go take care of something, why would the nigga with the money get in the car?
I
That's the
mean,
whole part niggas can't overlook in this situation. So while Lucci going through what he going through, he chose that path because he chose to jump his ass in that car and say, hey, you know what?
the
We going over
the
here.
the, the
No, nigga. Ain't you get rich, you got to let the gangster shit, you got to tone that down. You got to tone it down. You got steppers outside for that.
right.
Like Cam said, what's the use of having soldiers be if you can't use them?
I mean, at a certain point, when it comes to elevation, you can see your partners, but not like how we ain't finna kick it like we ain't finna kick it like we broke. Like we ain't finna be on no blocks and going to the hood and mess with Charlotte. No, man. My bag different. I gotta think different if I wanna win.
No doubt. I mean, granted, people gonna go back to to the house. You from somewhere, you're gonna always go back here and there. So I can't really knock people for that
But
sometimes.
the thing is, when you go back home, you still gotta know how to move. You still gotta
That's the
realize,
whole
like
point. He wasn't
you you
moving right.
you
You're
that
rich.
you gotta
You
you,
rich. How many niggas in the car that was with him in the car was rich too? None of them. And they playing yes man at this point. Because if they was protecting you, Lucci, prior to the situation happening, they'd have been like, man, we're gonna drop you off, because you can't be around this shit.
you definitely can't. We how we gonna prosper if all of us in jail? We out here thugging. You got the M. You did what I'm saying? And you don't need to be around us all day because who can say them folks might come through and want to start taking pictures. That ain't gonna look right. You outside with us. You see what I'm saying?
But he messed up from the
You got
beginning because when he got bond and was getting house arrest for all these other charges and stuff, he still was messing up. Everything was a game. Smile on your face. He didn't take nothing
it,
serious
it, put it like this. He bonded out and started moving the same way Funk was moving.
with money.
One reporting, don't want to talk to no PO, ain't doing no drug screen, none of that. They just thugging. And then you gotta realize when you get out on bond, see, like I said, in the A, they get a little slap on the wrist when it come down to certain things. So I think that's probably why majority of them boys really be bucking when they get that lead monitor, because they probably looking at it like, man, I ain't gonna do nothing but sit like 6 months in the county and they gonna let me back out. They ain't gonna violate me and send me
When you
down the
rich, niggas
road.
think money buy anything, everything. But at the same time, money ain't gonna get you out of having to do some jail time for being in the car.
No,
One of your homies got
but
shot in a situation where y'all pulled up shooting at some niggas, allegedly.
I mean, you still
On
gotta
top of
look at it.
everything else, with all the gang stuff and just it's a lot he going through.
It's
You dealing with the smoke you was dealing with in the street. It's in the penitentiary with you too.
it's definitely in there, and and see, it's new to it's new to social media. You feel me? But like I told you from the gate, it's been like that behind the wall between them two.
Yeah,
You see what I'm saying? And it's it's a never ending situation because the people who lost their lives in it, you got dudes standing on business about, you know what I mean, OG Nut. You see what I'm saying? Like, and you also got cats that's from the other side. They ain't laying down neither. So I don't see it coming to no understanding no time soon. It's publicized. You see people getting shanked down the road. People getting their car, the YSL tattoo carved off. Like
hog tied.
they, yeah, they demonstrating. Like,
It's real.
yeah, it's real smoke. It's deeper than the music.
It's way deeper than the
And
music. And what was in the
sometimes,
streets carried over into the penitentiary 100%.
yeah, and see and see when they got to the music, once it got on wax, it was just a matter of time. I mean, a matter of time before they put all their ducks in a row and watch all these music videos with all these gangsters and look at all these gangsters over here and say, well, it's time to fill the paddy wagon up. We see who all in the whip. All of these is active members, these active members. Let's go ahead and sweep it.
And I know
And you,
when you sitting in jail, your mind be more clear a little bit. Even though we done seen Lucci pouring up, drank all, whatever.
mm-hmm,
His mind still more clear than it was when he was out here. So some point in his head, I know he made the wrong decisions about a lot of things. Being in the position he was in, because being in the position you in, if you moving right, you can get to continue to prosper. In this situation, he thought about the streets more. Like niggas will give up their riches for street fame.
I mean, he made one of the most baddest decisions that a person trying to make it out of the hood could make,
Yeah, he did.
because you wearing the finest jewelry, you driving all of these nice foreign cars, you dating exotic women, not to mention you was dating Lil Wayne's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
So you was damn near like a brother-in-law, I mean a son-in-law in the public eye, because Regine really was attached to you. But in the process of them being together, remember she publicly said on Twitter like she didn't feel safe no more because she knew that the smoke was real.
Mm-hmm.
You get what I'm saying? And you know when a female put it out there in the atmosphere like that, that means she is scared for her life.
Yeah, but one thing for sure,
Big
two things for certain about that whole situation. If anything would have happened to Resonate, you probably would have had to close Atlanta down. Cause Birdman coming through there, he dropping the biggest bag. Somebody, hey, nigga, everybody responsible before sundown. They got to be dropped. It would have been
I
unlimited.
mean,
It would have been limitless bag on the streets about that. So that would have been something
so it
different. But I understand what she was feeling, because she, like you said, she with him. She behind them tinted windows when they riding in. So
right.
you gotta feel unsafe and uncomfortable because you know what he
Mm-hmm.
involved in. Everybody not necessarily gonna say, "Oh, he with Lil Wayne, daughter. I ain't gonna shoot yet."
Shoot.
They just gonna take
Lil
off.
Wayne, if they shot at Lil Wayne tour bus, what make you think they won't shoot at Lucci car? Was she in it? So I mean, she made a right
But
decision to
that
get.
whole shot at Lil Wayne tour bus thing, I think that was a call Thugger just made on his own. Cause there's no way in hell that Birdman okaying that.
I mean, see, I wasn't on
You
the.
see
I
what I'm
wasn't on
saying?
the. I
Birdman
wasn't
ain't
on
gonna
the
look at
streets when that
ain't
happened.
gonna look at Thugger and say, nigga, send that nigga a warning. He just not. That's his son. And somebody could have really got hurt. So I think Thugger made that move on his own behalf. I don't think he like went to Birdman or Birdman like agreed to like with that. Cause that ain't something like that just ain't happening. Birdman wouldn't have did that to Weezy. So I don't feel like Birdman okayed that whole situation at all. But you see how it dissolved in the wind ASAP too, because they issue they had, it went under the rug where neither one spoke on either one, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? It make Birdman look a certain way if he constantly letting Young Thug go at Weezy and you moving around with Birdman all the time. And Birdman always claiming that Weezy is his son. That ain't how you move.
Yeah, though, man. Uh, yeah. On another note, man, like we were saying, he really had fumbled the ball. He fumbled real bad and got himself in this situation. Like this this situation right here, you can't look at it like, oh, he can do number 5 years for this. You got gang related charges, 6 of them,
Yeah,
plus the involuntary manslaughter, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
and they taking that
Bruh,
gang stuff serious. When that's
definitely
attached
is.
to the violence and everything else that come with it, they taking that serious. They gonna
And,
emphasize that.
and, and the thing about it, even the war in jail that's being publicized of these two going at it, these two crews going at it, that don't make it no better.
No, I don't, because though you locking them up, it doesn't stop the war that's going on. It just put it behind the wall even more.
Mm-hmm.
Thugger
Mm-hmm.
is a big name. Lucci's a big name. They bigger targets too behind the wall because niggas that's not affiliated to neither side will go at either side about a check. All it takes is a check to make one of these niggas go at the other side
That's
because you
facts.
that big of a target.
That's
So now you
facts.
you sit in jail and you gotta literally watch everybody.
Yeah,
Literally.
it's uncomfortable. You feel me? Like you better sleep with your boots on when it come down to situations like that. You don't know who might come through that salad port, and it's 3, 4 cats from the other side just came in. You end up asleep
Because think
with
about
the
it.
with.
Lucci rich. In jail and he rich. And you would think he got all these niggas around him making show shit like that don't happen. And he still had 2 stab attempts on him. You see what I'm saying? So we not just saying, oh nigga Lucci, so it's nothing like that because Thugger could be put in that same situation.
It's all about the location.
That's it. That's all.
It's all about the location. You might get to this camp and you got a whole lot of woodlands over here. You go to this camp, it's a whole lot of sex, money, murder. So it's like it's a big gamble going up down that road, and you know, of course, the B dogs is the first ones that push up on other supposed to be B dogs, and they gonna check your temperature and see what whip you in, and you say the wrong thing. How it's looking right now, you gonna get 8. It's just that severe. You did so.
It is.
Yeah,
So you
but
know,
let's move on. Where we at with it?
man, we gotta talk about FBG Wooski interview with Cam Capone news. Shout out to Cam Capone too,
Oh
cause
yeah, 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 yeah.
y'all ain't hit the
Shout out to
Cam
Cam
Capone. Make
Capone.
sure y'all go subscribe to the channel, man. He
Yeah,
got
he
dope
got some. He
content.
got some raw interviews.
He just recently did an interview with FBG Wooski. Now Wooski don't too much do a lot of interviews like that. We probably seen him on like DJU, Cam Capone recently. He don't do a lot of interviews, but his name is
Hmm.
out there a lot. You know what I'm saying? So just his name, his rep in the streets gave him his name. He living more off his rep in the streets in the industry than he is off of the material he actually putting out. Granted, before he got shot in the head, he had a couple songs out that was in rotation heavy on YouTube, and they kind of blew up like computers and all these songs. But he got hit in the head, we seeing that Wooski ain't been the same. And in this interview, you can see that Wooski still ain't the same. Like he don't respond the same. It's like he be lost when he asks certain things. It's just like he coherent, yeah, but his response time is lagging.
I mean, I listened to, not to get off subject, but I heard Honeycomb talk about getting hit in the head. But I've heard Conway also talk about getting hit in the head too. And I'm put it like this: Conway put more detail in it, like about how the trauma, the trauma of getting shot in the head. So maybe Wooski got hit in a certain part of the head that it's almost like he about to be paralyzed, because there wasn't no faking when he was shaking like that on that interview. Like, bro took one to the head,
Yeah, for
and
sure.
I'm surprised. He ain't getting no check for it. He definitely could get one. Seriously, a headshot, and the way his behavior is, like you can tell it ain't no acting. Like, bro, really got to talk slow. He got the shakes like an old person. Like, that headshot did some damage.
It
A lot
definitely
of
did.
people,
Now I ain't
a
when I
lot of
say when we
people,
say that he just like responds slow and he was very laggy when it comes to conversation. That don't
right?
mean
It's
now one
comfort
thing we gotta understand and point out drastically in this whole FBG Wooski situation is that he didn't outlive
a
so
lot.
many niggas in Chicago that was the same level of nigga he was, from the 051 Mellies to the Mubu Crump and all
Crump,
these niggas that really was that outside that end up getting caught lacking and getting took away from us. He done outlasted all of them. Even after the headshot, we haven't heard of Wooski lacking to where the ops could get up on him and do something to him. So evidently, response time lagging or not, mentally, that nigga still know how to move outside. Because nigga ain't no nigga out
for
there talking
sure.
about they done scored on that man since he caught that headshot. He been out there moving
I
correct.
think the last time they got a hold to him is when they jumped him and his girl in the bowling alley. That's the only time.
And that's
But
minuscule when we talking about Wooski and all the stuff that he done in the street. I'm talking about niggas really scoring on him slipping so much where his life get lost. He been moving. We done watch rest in peace
he
FBG
see,
Cash, rest in peace FBG Duck, FBG Brick, everybody they done lost on their side. He from that same side. He caught a headshot. And if you gotta listen to
but
Wooski, Duck, all these people conversate, Duck was a smart nigga, but he made a mistake. It cost him his life. Wooski was out there standing tall, caught a headshot. But he back, and that was how many years ago he caught that headshot?
that was
It's
a
been
little minute
it's been a
ago.
lot of niggas been passed away since that headshot.
I mean,
Wooski ain't
but
been in
you
the
got to
picture
think
for losing his
you
life, man.
you got to think about this also. He was a hell of a guy to be from the O and go against the O. So all of these new people that was coming up or moving around, lacking over there, he know the project because that's where he originally from. So I know he was coming through, putting that belt on boys.
But that ain't the only place he a op to. It's so many
No,
different
it's not.
neighborhoods in Chicago that wish they could catch Wooski. And we talking about
No.
years after getting shot in the head.
Mm-hmm.
He's still moving around, doing what he do. Yeah, to the
He like,
the world the streets of where they from, niggas feel like nigga he's slow now. He this and that now. He ain't dead.
no. His story is legendary in the streets.
Yeah, it is. I just don't
Yeah,
feel
he
that he need to be doing interviews though because it exposes the after effects of when you do end up in a situation like that where
but
you know what I'm saying, you get shot in the head. I don't think he should
but
be
like
doing
like
interviews
but like
because
they
he can't really converse like he properly should be able to.
I agree. But you know, when it come down to a check and everybody's steady begging and wooski, 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 man, I'll pay you this, I'll pay you that, because they already know that even if he
They
doesn't,
definitely paid.
yeah, they like, even if he don't say nothing, just the simple fact that I got one of the biggest soldiers from the other side that survived turf wars in front of me, and he one of the last ones living, like breathing after all that trauma. Like that means a lot to a person that's juice chasing, not just only just juice chasing, to a person that just want to have Wooski inside of their catalog. You feel me? Because he's a legendary street nigga. Ain't no way around it. Whether if nobody don't like him or not, his name in the streets of the shot speak for itself.
And it gave him leeway in the industry.
Hmm.
For real.
He
Because
got
to be
he
honest,
got
he's living off of his reputation in the street, in the industry. He don't have nothing going
what
on in the industry where people like, oh, let me sign Wooski,
he
let me do
he
this. His
this
music
this
ain't
ain't it.
doing that for him. It's
That,
the reputability
that
of
ain't
him in
it.
the streets that got him popping like that with all these rappers.
That ain't even what he want wanted anyway. He did that computer shit, and whatever the case may be, whatever other song he did, but Holmes was outside.
100%.
he was he was outside. You feel me? Like he was outside. Like I pay attention to all of the street stores when it comes to the rap, because everybody, I like to hear everybody's story in their section. You know, because we all got a
Because that's
story
what
to
make
tell. So
Chicago niggas, especially in the rap
yeah,
scene. They reputation in the
it's
street
it's
kind of
like
dictates they rap career because
it's
you can't be flawed and be this drill rapper from Chicago.
it,
Nigga
it,
gonna call you out on
it's
it. Nigga, you ain't outside like that.
it's like it's like watching Wizard of Oz, man. You want to see what the Tin Man gonna do. You want to see what the Bear gonna do. You want to see everybody. Everybody was special in their own way. You feel me? Everybody was known for doing they certain, working they move in their areas. It's like the rack set in stone when it come down to the streets. They publicized it, and ain't no other way to look at it when it's all facts. You can actually type it into YouTube and see it for yourself. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
Straight like
But
that.
who else we gotta chop it up on?
Jose
Cause
Guapo, man, goes at
oh
Jay.
yeah, Jose
Jose
Guapo.
Guapo, man, he been quiet in the music game, but he was very vocal about what side he's standing on in this whole Takeoff thing. Rest in peace, Takeoff.
Rest in peace to the Rocket. Jose Guapo says he got questioned by P Nice on the Ugly Money podcast. How he feel about the Takeoff situation. And he was like, "We riding with Offset, and we own it." And he's saying like, we gonna get rich or we gonna go to jail. Okay, this what I don't understand. A lot of people be saying they go by these street rules, street principle, morals. Why do you gotta publicly threaten somebody that that's a well-known factor in the game? What's the reason?
I really just think to some people being vocal is important because you might not understand who everybody rocking with. So sometimes people gonna be vocal about it, so you understand. Like, look, I'm stepping on this side. Not to mention, if you from Atlanta, that's the side you should be stepping on anyway. You
Okay,
ain't supposed to go against your
all,
city for another city,
uh,
man.
all that's cool, but at my eyes, I'm looking at it like, oh, you want the laws to know what we got going on too.
What you mean?
You know, this is an important subject because we talking about Takeoff. This
I
is
don't
bigger
think
than
that.
the
I don't
hood.
think
This is
it shed
bigger
no light
than,
on that because all he's saying is,
huh?
nigga, I don't think it shed no light on that. All he's saying is,
But
nigga, I'm rocking with them behind him.
okay, but what is it
He ain't
all
pull out
about
no
at the end?
Draco and have 50 niggas in the video with guns. He ain't do it like that. He's sitting there
But
just
this the
being
thing,
vocal. The same way Jay Prince made a polite threat, it's gonna be niggas that come from Atlanta that do the same thing because nigga, who you talking to? Nigga, put some respect on Atlanta because at the end of the day, just the way he said it, it's like you trying to little nigga Atlanta nigga.
true.
It ain't about where you from all the time. It's where you at. Same
I
motion he
agree.
got going on in Houston. It's niggas in Atlanta got that type of motion going on too. We ain't living in the era where it ain't a whole bunch of niggas in Jay Prince situation. A lot of street niggas that got to a bag.
True.
And every nigga that's in the street ain't no yes man neither.
I
Have some
agree.
respect for that. Cause sometimes when he say certain things, he ain't having respect for no other person, regardless of what city he talking about. Niggas steppers in every city. You better put some respect on what's going on in other niggas' cities, man.
Yeah, everybody slanging iron.
And
Everybody
it's
slanging
niggas
it
in other
now.
cities that's calling shots too. Jay Prince don't run no another
Everybody,
city. Outside his area
eh,
code, he don't run another city. So when you get to going back and forth with niggas from another city, another state, understand, nigga, what's going on in that city and that state too, because nigga, it's gonna be a lot of niggas that you don't even understand that's gonna rock out with a nigga from that city, that state, just because the principalities of it.
that's
So I
true.
can't really say Jose Guapo tripping, nigga. Yeah, Atlanta nigga.
Only thing I'm saying is just like how it was back in the G when boys had they smoke, when No Limit and Cash Money had that little undercover smoke going on, it wasn't on wax. But when they
No,
left that studio, when
but
they
you know
left that
what?
studio and they,
We fail to
hmm,
realize with at them times what was going on in music too. Because if No Limit and Cash Money come up, if they coming up to try to get these big brand deals and they dissing each other about killing and robbing, when I see you nigga pop, they don't get the deal because back in the time when they was coming up, record labels wasn't pushing niggas that promoted violence. They just wasn't. Yeah, about it, and all of that. But he was telling you about New Orleans. That wasn't him saying, nigga, we gonna kill you every song.
mm-mm,
You see what I'm saying? They wasn't
right,
every song they made, they wasn't talking about Cash Money. Because it would have hindered how far they got in the industry, because the industry was built different. Whereas today you could be all the
Uh,
negativity you want to be
but
and be the richest
just
because it's based off negativity now.
but now that we getting the stories that was behind the scene, the Cash Money, just think about all them bodies that was dropped
Yeah,
during
but
that
also
era.
keep in
The
mind of the error that this was going on. it's niggas still had OGs then. Niggas still had to live
True.
by the codes and shit then.
True.
So even if
True.
social
True.
media hadn't been around then, them niggas wouldn't have
Right.
been on social media talking about the drug they moving, talking about the nigga they shot yesterday, talking about the drug. They wouldn't
Nah.
been doing none of that, bruh, because they had
Nah.
knowledge and they was guided into the game a different type of way than today with the young niggas. All the older niggas was gone, dead, in jail. So they kind of had
Mm-mm.
to grow up and learn this shit on their own.
True. That's facts.
You see what
Cause
I'm
back
saying?
then, I'm pretty sure if an OG was standing out there on the block and you hit that live stream button on that phone while he over there conducting business.
Let's not forget too, cuz when we talk about niggas like No Limit and all of them, they came from the streets, so they can't afford to be sitting there talking about shoot 'em up, bang bang, I'ma kill y'all when I see y'all, nigga. They came into the rap game with them people on their back already because they already knew they was in the street. Now they trying to figure out how the fuck they clinked up their money.
Mm-hmm.
So we can't promote all this stupid stuff and end up getting caught up when we trying to change it. Niggas had polish,
Got
bruh.
yeah, we gotta clean this money up.
Yeah, we gotta clean the money up, man.
Yeah.
So niggas couldn't risk doing certain things, whereas the young niggas don't think like that. It's
Mm-hmm.
just I'm rich
I
now,
get. I
and
see
I
what
don't
you.
care if I go outside, get caught with the stick. We do some shooting, whatever. We got money. We getting a good little. That's they thought. They don't care. The money has no real appreciation to it. It's just the money there. So I got money, nigga. This shit it don't matter. I got money.
Mm-hmm.
Where back in them eras, the Masterpiece, the Birdmans, niggas like that, they like, man, we gotta protect the money. The thought
Anybody
process
get in the
is
way of this?
different. When them niggas was
Yeah.
coming in the
Anybody.
game, record labels had artist development to where when you come in the game, they taught you certain things as an artist. That way, when you sit down and you on the microphone, you know the right things to say, the things to avoid. Da, 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 da. You know how to deal with the media properly. Ain't no more artist development. They just sign an artist, they go this way, the artist do what he want to do, and whether you go to jail or not, it don't matter.
You
When
on
you
your
see these,
own.
yeah, you see what I'm saying? Ain't no artists.
Yeah.
They just let the investment do what they want to because now they got to decorate
Right.
it different. Oh, we got life insurance on you, so if you go outside get smoked, we still get paid. Plus, we still gonna get paid off the
Mm-hmm.
album posthumous when it come out. They be knowing what they doing for real, so it's more decorated for them not to have no guidance.
Yeah, it's easy for them to go to jail if you ask me.
Because
Because
if
like they
he
were
got a
saying
$10
about
million deal on the table, and then you try to come to him and tell him, "Man, go get you like another lawyer to read that contract, man, make sure everything legit." Boom, 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 boom. Before you do that, he might disregard you. Like, man, this nigga trying to tell me what to do. You ain't never had 10 million sitting on the table. Like, nigga, you know what I'm saying? He gonna disregard you telling him the right thing to do just because you personally ain't never had a deal sitting on the table for 10 million. You see what I'm saying? Then he go sign a deal, signed his life away when he should have listened to what you were saying. It was free
true.
game at the cost of nothing, but just because a nigga feel like, well, you ain't never been in this situation, nigga ain't gonna listen to you. And that's why a
Yes.
lot of these young niggas throw the money away so easily because the streets gonna always matter more to them than the money do. Because at the end of the day, they in it to impress the streets. They ain't in it about this money. They don't care about the longevity
Mhm.
of being stable and stability. It's about nigga, I'm that nigga outside. That's what's more important to a young nigga.
Right. They want to. They want to be another death row. But this the thing. It will never ever be another death row.
And they showing y'all that. If you
They
rapping and it's
showing
starting to look
y'all.
like y'all the next BMF, y'all going to jail. Y'all
It
start to
would
look like
never be.
the next mercenary squads, you're going to jail.
They
The
gonna
stuff
they
you
they
rap
gonna
about
come keep.
match what y'all doing in the street, Y'all going
Keep
to
going.
jail.
No ifs, ands, or maybes, Jack.
One thing
Like
about
it
niggas,
wasn't no
they hate giving street niggas. They hate to see a nigga they was trying to lock up their whole life
with millions.
make it out,
With
get millions. Now you making more money than what they've been making in 2-3 decades. They mad about that. They still want to put you down.
that's facts. They ain't feeling that.
You gotta be smart at
They
this,
ain't,
man. Then you get the rapper bag, and then you gotta worry about hip hop police. Same thing. And then niggas wonder, well, how did we get caught? How did they know what we said on the phone? How did they know about the Instagram shit? What the nigga, y'all really never ever stop having them on y'all back because y'all never take y'all foot off the gas on how y'all living in the street. And that always give them an opportunity somewhere down the road to get up with y'all.
it'd be so easy for them to just go ahead and just snatch them.
Look at K Flock, man. Always on his phone on
Man,
IG Live with the blick, and he in the ops hood. Come outside. I'm gonna smoke one of y'all on camera.
but
Then you end up getting caught on camera
Chef
smoking the nigga.
Chef G, Chef G, that's
All these
another
niggas,
one.
man. It's
We
it's
can keep
sad.
naming names.
We'll be named a whole episode where we could just name names of niggas that crashed
Real
out
talk.
because they got the bag.
That's for a fact.
And
Gotta
then think
move
about the rappers
correctly.
we talking about. These niggas wasn't gonna be, they music wasn't gonna be streaming for the next decade. Let's just be honest. They was good rappers right now. 10 years from now, ain't nobody gonna
Yeah,
be putting in Chef G. Oh, this was that. We just not. We not gonna be listening to K Flock, D thing. It's just we
you
just
gotta,
not.
you gotta, you gotta think about it. He from the Mecca, so you know the Mecca gonna throw that in the trash can.
You know what I'm saying? So
This don't sound. This don't
y'all threw
sound
away
like
your
us.
careers that y'all didn't get to build. Had you niggas stayed out here and grew as artists in the game as you prospering with the money you gaining off of what you doing, we never know if we would have heard y'all for the next 10, 15 years. We'll never know if people playing y'all a decade later because y'all didn't build up that rapport with the industry yet. Y'all was too focused on the streets, man. Y'all niggas went and bought jewelry and cars for niggas to go do all the stuff that'll
And
jeopardize everything. Instead of
and
giving nigga real
and right.
opportunity, if you would take somebody, if you give a nigga $5,000 to go shoot at somebody, what's wrong with you giving a nigga $5,000 and sitting down with that nigga and say, man, look, what you want to do? I'm gonna give you this 5, whatever you trying to do.
They,
I'm gonna match what you trying to do. I'm gonna put 5 with
they,
your 5. That's 10. So if you trying to
they
start a
out.
business, a
They out
clothing,
there.
you could have gave niggas opportunities. All you did was give a nigga a gun. Nigga,
They
everybody ain't
out
your
there.
friend, bro.
They out there misleading their own partners, dog.
Cause the money ain't got no
Misleading their
appreciation.
own partners.
And they come
But
take
this
all
all
that
we
away.
got. But this all we got for y'all on this episode of This Time for That Culture for the Streets, man. Y'all know what it is. Don't leave about the trap till you've been served. You know what I mean? We be serving and swerving all times of night. You dig what I'm saying?
Every day lets off the door.
Y'all
You
know
know,
what it is.
right back at y'all once more again. You know what I'm saying? Everything on the flow, man. It's time for that. Coach for the streets. We out.
Yeah.
Somebody like me. Somebody like me is supposed to have a dream. Since 14 years old, I've been corrupted by these streets. 7 kids, they all gotta eat though, right? I swear I've seen so much pain it's hard to even sleep at night. This lifestyle just ain't right. I mean, can you blame me? Because at the time I didn't know right. But now with the knowledge, it's my fault if I don't grow. So I choose to grow. I choose to let my community and my people know that every day you choose not to live, you die slow. I'll be that road.